One of the searches that we cannot give up throughout our entire life is the search for the infallible. Infallible is someone who is capable of no defect, is capable of no wrong. And so, from the time that we are really young as children, we're looking for someone who is perfect. And we think we pretty much have it because our parents are perfect. They meet our needs most of the time, and I don't know of anyone else. And so I think that they are capable of no wrong. For me, they are my everything. And the beauty about the human child is that where there is total helplessness, there is also total trust. This is the beauty of this creation. Wherever there is a problem, there is a solution. Wherever there is helplessness, that is mitigated by the capacity to trust. The child has no idea what kind of parenting is going to happen. The child has no idea that if I am thrown up in the air, will my father be able to hold me or not? The child trusts. And in fact, we see that the child is actually gurgling with laughter when he's thrown up in the air and then the father or the mother holds the child. So this is very beautiful that there is an enormous ability to trust. But then as we grow up, we find that the people who thought could do no wrong, who were always consistent, start to show their true colors, which is the fact that being human, very difficult to be consistent, very difficult to not do a wrong. And that's when the trust of that child in his or her parents, in whichever culture of the world, was eroded slowly, slowly. Then the trust shifted to a best friend, male, female, either way. And then the best friend could no longer keep your secrets. And then you found that you couldn't quite trust the best friend either. But your search for the infallible continued. It was not necessarily a spoken conscious search, very subconscious, very unconscious, but looking for that person who you thought might complete you. Then of course the search goes on to one's boyfriend or girlfriend, again looking for someone who's capable of no wrong, who's capable of satisfying all your needs. And we know such a creature does not exist. So there again, ability to trust was eroded. When will this search end? Because this search will culminate, we think, in finding the right partner, finding the right job, creating a child who is perfect. We almost sound like we are product development managers. We better not be. But anyway, so this search for perfection, which is an illusion, but the search for that being that is complete and who is always there for us, who is ever accommodating of us, ever loving, ever accepting, that search is on, and we find that nobody local seems to fit the bill. When will this search come to an end? This search comes to an end only in the understanding of the being that is called Bhagavan. Bhagavan, loosely translated as God, has to be understood. Because in seeking to understand Bhagavan, I see that all that is infallible is Bhagavan. When I look around the different laws and principles, let's just take a simple law of gravity. I go to the 8th floor, I might say I'm very saintly, and I throw an apple. And there is another friend of mine who's just walked out of the prison who also throws another apple. Gravity will be the same for both of us. There is a predictability, there is a verifiability, and there is a consistency in the many laws and principles that are operating in the world today and have been operating for centuries. And that gives me enough reassurance to know and understand that if God or Bhagavan is the source of all laws and principles, then surely it's impartial. The laws are impartial. There are no biases, there are no prejudices. And this Bhagavan has given me all that I have in this lifetime. If I look at the law of karma, that which makes punya papa happen, I find that all that is here, all that I consider mine, my intelligence, my body, my capacities, my abilities, the different situations in my life, the people that I meet, my support system, the many experiences that have come my way, all shaped, all molded by very beautiful laws and principles, and that one source is Bhagavan. And so my heart expands in wonder that this search for the infallible that went on and ended up in a lot of disappointment can actually now have the right culmination in understanding the fundamental relationship that I have with a being who has been with me for all lifetimes. A being who is ever accommodating of me, who is ever loving, ever accepting, ever compassionate, ever giving through all opportunities, all experiences. What else will we call it but not love? Because this is how we understand love, that the person consistently shows us love, care, acceptance, and a commitment to the person's growth. And so this beautiful search for the infallible comes and rests at the feet of the altar, and that altar happens to be Bhagavan, which is all inclusive, who is all accommodating, and who includes this body mind as well. In time, as we discover this relationship, we find that I and Bhagavan are one. There was never a difference. The difference that was there was only imagined because of ignorance. And we look forward to that discovery of identity. Om Tat Sat.